Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with a free Dow analysis for you for the trading session dated Wednesday 27th of April. And I'm recording this video, well, it's early Thursday morning in New York while it's closed. This is my main wave count on a daily chart for the Dow, and the structure still requires further upwards movement. We're getting closer to this target. Once we get up to this point, I will assess again if the structure requires further upwards movement. If that's the case, I'll recalculate the target. At this stage, it seems possible that upwards movement could end around about this point. This main wave count expects no new all-time high for the Dow, above 14,198.1 points. Wave 5 blue, beginning down here, will reach 0.618, the length of wave 3 blue at 13,072.46 points. That's my target for this upwards movement to end. And this fifth wave at blue or minor degree must look like a satisfactory 5-wave structure on the daily chart. So far it looks just like a 1, 2, 3. We need a 4, which can't move into 1, and then a final fifth wave up to complete this structure. At this stage, within wave 3 pink, any second wave correction may not move beyond the start of it below 12,093.89. In reality though, any downwards movement would probably find some pretty strong support at the lower edge of this parallel channel that I've drawn around this impulse for wave C black using Elliott's technique. A trend line from 1 to 3 and then a copy on 2. Taking you now to the first of my 2 hourly wave counts today, with the low for 2 pink down here is this point down here. Within wave 3 pink we have an end to a first wave 5-wave structure, a little very brief, remarkably brief and shallow second wave correction, and now within wave 3 green we have the first wave up complete. We may look out for a little second wave correction to start the next session. It may only take an hour or so to complete. It may possibly reach down to the 0.618. I need to swap these around. This is the 0.618 Fibonacci ratio at 12,546.26. But also because this is now in the middle of a third wave, it may actually be briefer and shallower than expected for a second wave and may only reach to the 0.382 ratio. When this little second wave correction is over, we should be expecting further upwards movement. This short-term target on my main, more likely hourly wave count today may be a couple of days away. Wave 3 green will reach equality with wave 1 green at 12,858.22 points. To the downside, the second wave correction may not move beyond the start of the first below 12,446.05 points. Within this most recent upwards movement for wave 1 orange, wave 3 purple here has no ratio to wave 1, but wave 5 here is just 2.53 points short of equality with wave 3. So there's quite a nice ratio between these. And I've checked this labelling very carefully on a 15-minute chart. This certainly does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and despite this odd look on the hourly chart, the subdivisions fit perfectly on the 15-minute chart. So it may have been over here. Alternatively, if we move the degree of labelling for this most recent movement all up 1 degree, we have this situation. It's all the same up to these 2 points here, and thereafter, instead of purple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have orange 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This may have been the end of wave 3 green. If that's correct, it's just 7.6 points longer than 0.618, the length of wave 1 green. This alternate hourly wave count is my alternate, and it has a lower probability because it's more common to see third waves longer than first, which is what I'm expecting for my main hourly wave count. However, there is a reasonable Fibonacci ratio between this piece of movement and this piece of movement, and it's certainly possible that this is the third wave over here. If that's the case, we would be expecting a little bit of downwards movement for the fourth wave, which may not move into wave 1 green price territory. This alternate hourly wave count has a slightly higher invalidation point at 12,506.06 points. It's reasonably likely we may expect a little correction, which may only last an hour or two, to reach down to about the fourth wave of 1 lesser degree, which is extremely close to the 0.5 ratio of this third wave at 12,577.21 points. I've used Elliott's channeling technique here, and it may be of limited use in this instance. We should still draw it though. It's pretty likely that this fourth wave may have an overshoot of this little narrow channel. If that's the case, we may also expect an overshoot for the upcoming fifth wave on the opposite side of the channel. When we know where wave 4 has ended, we may calculate a target upwards for wave 5 green. It may not be longer than 262.32 points because the third wave is shorter than the first, so the fifth wave is limited to equality with 3, which was 262.32 points. Either way, the structure on the daily and the hourly chart requires further upwards movement. The trend is definitely up, and it's probably going to stay that way for at least another 2 or 3 weeks. That's all for me today with your Dow analysis, and I hope that everyone else is having a fabulous day.